So, guys, welcome to the 1010 portal and welcome to what we're going to be bringing in this particular, let's call it activation or activity together, which is this group energy of expansion, excitement, and what that means behind the scenes is the intention of this is specifically bringing more light into our cells, into our DNA. Activating our DNA is the activity that we're going to be doing. And this aligns beautifully with what's been happening for the theme of this month so far that I've been working on with clients, which is coming through truth coming through all the time. Truth, truth, truth. And it's like, wow. And often, you get on a call, find with people, there's a pattern, something's coming up. And so often, as you guys know, and I know you guys know this, but if you're in a pattern where it repeats over and over, or you feel yourself continuing feeling the same way, which is not necessarily majorly triggered. However, there is a subtle fear or resistance to something going on in your life. There is still a false belief that you hold in and around that, which you don't have the answer to yet, which is causing this feeling or in some cases, a trigger, but I'll talk more subtly today. It's not necessarily you're exploding and you're firing up, but you're feeling, gosh, I don't really want to give these people this news, or I don't really want to address this project's over date. It's like I'm trying to keep the faith and keep a brave face here and realize that the universe is aligning it and it'll all work out. And then in the background, you're thinking, shit, but I wish it would hurry up because blah, 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 right? So if you're holding that, there's a false belief in there. There is something in there, and what I've been finding is the energy of October, this dynamic energy which I shared was coming. I knew I could feel it before when we were doing last month's activation, but I knew it was going to come in October, and it's certainly come in. This dynamic energy helps to show us more truth, or with this extra, let's call it facet or sphere of the divine and the energy that we can access, we can sometimes see things from a new perspective, which is often the straw that breaks the camel's back. And you finally go, oh my gosh, I've been holding disappointment energy. Or, oh, I know that's what I'm scared of. And if I do this or this or that, I feel like it could lead to failure, then I'd be responsible. Oh, there's another one. So I've got responsibility and I don't want that. And the weight's on my shoulders because then I'd be disappointed. Oh, yeah. Felt like that before. Oh, how many times you want to count, right? It's like, yeah, I've been that. Oh, I feel that. I see it. But it's like the energy of October this month is helping a lot of us pull those little pieces in together. And I feel like it's going to be a great month for progress.
Mm.
Yeah. And Jace, we had a great conversation, and it was in and around, he'd been working on, let's call it clearing, the healing, like all of us, working on different little things, and the nuances come in until you get to the point where it's like, I don't know what to work on next. I actually, it's like, what's going on? I don't know, really. And then the energy might be then saying, well, this is a great opportunity to not get caught in the healing loop. Maybe this time with this new dynamic supporting energy, this is the way to change your perspective to go, oh, this could be a great time to receive. This could be a good time to take in this light, this vibration into my cells, into my DNA, and actually turn on some of my gifts, my abilities, or just, like a lot of you, you've done classes and we've done sessions or whatever it is, and you're a little bit like a lion, or you might be a bit of an Andromedan type soul. So you're particular and you got your little ways and you're fussy and you read the energy and you're this and you're that. But that softness, that delicate, that's beautiful. And this energy could be perhaps really helping you when it comes in through this activation today to explore that more. Because so often in our life, we've thought, there's something wrong with me. I'm too sensitive. I'm too whatever the things. Tell us what they are, Rox. But all those things, I was like, I don't know what's going on with me. It's this, it's that, it's the other. But on the other side of those little sensitive things is an understanding of how those sensitivities can lead to something which is a gift, which is beautiful, and you can appreciate just so much within yourself.
Hmm.
What do you think about October?
So today's session is going to be a Stargate activation and a DNA activation in the meditation. And the DNA, when we're activating the DNA is like at the bottom of the spiritual level because it's very much matched with our physical body. Okay. So often we have an awakening mentally first, right? Back before COVID came, we all kind of went, hang on a second, what's going on here? And that was a mental, somewhat of an awakening. And then we have a emotional body awakening where we feel things, we feel hurt here, sad here, maybe depressed here, scared, fear. We feel those feelings and realize, hang on a second, there's some junk in my trunk. And that's the emotional purge that we go through. And the last integration of an awakening is the embodiment of our soul, which is into the physical aspect of our body. You think, oh, Roxy, I thought I was soul in body and we did all the soul merges and da 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 da. Yes, you've done a lot of great work and we've done layers to this awakening journey, but there's an awakening process of embodiment of the soul into the physical body. A lot of us here have had a journey of study of our own soul, which is like trauma and negative things happening in our early childhood, right? That is what we came to study here on the planet. So we could expand as a soul, but in physical form. So this is very good, but this also shows that our soul, when there is a traumatic event, we will separate from our body and go what we call out of body. So, some other sensations to reference here would be dizziness, ascension symptoms like wobbly or anxiety, overwhelm, maybe not feeling grounded or not present, kind of like constantly chasing the galactic or the quantum, or having addictions, which is running away from ourself in our body and numbing ourselves. And so when our physical body is also having negative health issues, it's showing us that our cellular structure has no light in it, limited light. So think about a circle, and that is a cell. So when we do a live blood analysis with a naturopath, we do a pin prick into blood and we put it under the telescope. We can read someone's
Microscope.
microscope. Was it? What did I say? Telescope? Looking out to the stars again.
Anyway,
Roxy language.
I would have let it slide.
My sweet Roxy language. I'm learning to love. Yeah, so we have the cell and we see it and we look at it and we can see how much light is in the cell. Now, before our awakening, there was probably limited amount of light in our cells, which closed our consciousness. Yeah. So what I've come to realize is that when I went on a journey to have the babies, I didn't have a normal cycle. So I went to see a naturopath and we did this process and she started feeding me the correct fuel, vitamins, diet, and this was bringing light into my cells. And then we went and fell pregnant. Okay. But it wasn't until I brought light into my system and regulated my physical body that my cells raised their vibration and had like a halo around the cell. And we can see this in a live blood analysis. Everyone can check this out. It's very easy to do to see the rate of vibration in your cells. So let's have a look at consciousness on the planet right now. The people that are asleep, right? in their beautiful sleepy slumber, we're not going to project on those ones that haven't popped yet, right? Their cells have just a dimmer shadow in it because there's not enough light to bring them to a frequency to wake up their consciousness. Okay? That's the difference between them and us. That's the only difference, right? So the cells are so important to have light in them. So if there is a dimness in the body, in the cells, do you think that the soul wants to come in to the cells and embody the soul? We call it integration of our higher self. You might have heard the term. That's what the goal is on the ascension process. It's embodying our whole soul in this physical body, right? So naturally, the cells, right, are the number one focus. So diet, exercise, how we talk to ourselves, because the cells are listening to that. Cleaning and doing all this healing work is also going to help clear emotional distortion from the cells. But what we need to focus on is making sure that we are getting light into our cells to raise our vibration. Then the soul wants to integrate into the body, which is the last stage of the ascension process of embodiment of the higher self. Why this is so hard is because a lot of people think that something's wrong with them physically. Oh, I've got anxiety. I'll go to the doctor and get Valium. Oh, I've got this issue. I feel wobbly all the time. I need some help, medication. So a lot of people get stuck in this embodiment phase, right? Because they get scared and return back to the medical institution because they think something's wrong with me physically. But what if you had faith and you integrated your soul into your body and overcame it with patience, with faith, with a knowingness of this information? This is valuable information because this is like a period where the caterpillar becomes the butterfly. It takes time, but we are programmed everything fast. Fix it. I want to fix it. I want a band-aid right now, right? So this takes time and we have to be patient with the embodiment phase of an awakening, right? So if you're experiencing any of these symptoms that I mentioned, feeling out of body, what's happening is there's resistance from your body taking your soul in to embody it. Why? Check your diet, do detox, make sure your cells are plump physically, right? Food, water, vitamins, detoxing from parasites, right? And if you've never done a parasite cleanse, I recommend you do it immediately because that can be sucking the life force energy out of your cells, which will drain and lower your vibration. So if you feel fatigued all the time and rolling around in looping energy, get back to basics, right? If you've never done a parasite cleanse, do it. If you're a healer, parasites travel through the biofield and attach to energies and lower the healer's vibration. Yeah? So,
And that's just the physical aspect of the being. Remember, there's four parts. So all of that was about the physical aspect. We're trying to integrate more of the soul, which is, let's call it the second. You've still got the mental and the emotional, which we haven't even deep dived into. So if you're constantly anxious, in fear, some people like walk around with a permanent frown on their face. It's like lighten up. It's like have a good day, experience some sort of joy of life. And if you were to measure their mood for half the day, they're more miserable and complaining and depressed than they are full of joy and enthusiasm and happiness. Well, your emotional state influences your spiritual embodiment. What sort of thoughts are you thinking? Oh, the world's going to hell. Oh, the climate change. Oh, this, oh, that, blah, blah, blah. People constantly worrying, negative, etc., etc. The general nature of your thought influences spiritual embodiment as well, right? The four-part being. So you see how those aspects move in. So if we're too in our masculine, we experience often a lot of the detriment of too much masculine demonstration in our life. So overthinking things, being our own worst enemy, worry, wart, whatever you want to call it, too much.
I know. And then I was like trying to figure.
Emotionally, if we're in a pattern, subconscious patterns of consciously feeling a certain negative way because we're just used to it, maybe in the household that was demonstrated that you don't show and laughter and carefree and joy and spontaneity. That's not let's call it. That's not the sort of thing that's expressed in this house. Oh, that's not. We don't act like that. That's other people or whatever it may be. I mean, what a stinking false belief, because then the kids see from their parents' demonstration that's how they've got to be growing up. So it's up to us become aware of it, and then we consciously reprogram. And as you're balancing physically, emotionally, mentally, you have more spiritual integration. And then through this process, we can bring in what we're going to do today, where you actually go in at a cellular level and start to clean out the DNA, untangle the intergenerational blocks. Like sometimes a lot of this junk isn't even ours, right? Or it's deep subconscious patterns that we've observed from mum and dad and granddad and the members of the family, and they were just whatever it is. Everyone's serious. We're all scientists in this family, or accountants. I can say that because dad's an accountant. Yay. Must be a ball of fun, but that's how they demonstrate. And my dad was a lot of fun, so I can have fun with that. But you get the idea, like some people, they just, the whole mood of the whole household is somber. You're not allowed to show any joy, spontaneity, enthusiasm, high vibe. So that's what the little kid's been around all those years. So now you become awake and you realize what you want to shift, but there's a lot of that old stuff there. Does that make sense? A lot of that old that we want to clear out. We're going to get excited about the new. And that's what we're going to do at a deep level. We've talked about more mechanical stuff at the start of
Mm.
here, but this is what leads us into this DNA activation, correct?
Mm. So the awakening happens firstly mentally, then emotionally, and then in the body, right? Or the body, the cells get treated with a diet or vitamins. So there's stages. The DNA is like the last stage when we're embodying the soul into the body. So the DNA I started was at the very bottom of all of these layers that we're kind of moving through on the awakening journey. And so once there's enough light in the cells, the DNA starts to activate, right? So do you see that the process, there's a process to this kind of awakening. And in the DNA is all the goodies. That's all the rewards. That's all the beautiful, ancestral learnings and the lineage learnings. We've got to pick out those little substances. And sometimes in the DNA in a session, I'll see like a little peppercorn and it's related to some emotion or maybe lack of scarcity, lack of love, perhaps certain things like this many of us have. So today in the session, we're activating the DNA and commanding it now. We want to talk to you. We want to see our beauty. We want to see the lineage, but also the positive lineage. So in this, there's the negative and the positive because we've got to clean the negative to allow the light into the cell to activate the DNA. And in the DNA, we hold ancestral wounds, yes, but that's clearing as we're activating the cells and the vibration. And then we're activating the rewards and the gifts at the same time. So we start to see maybe an old version of ourselves, a past life version where we were an amazing healer or this person or that person or a leader, I don't know. Then we start to see galactic lifetimes and this is starting to turn on. So the DNA is like the chip in the computer system that is running the show. But it's covered, it's the treasure that we have to find underneath the pile of crap to get to. And we're reversing, going backwards. So in today's session, you might see things when you're activating this. You're using your voice to activate your gates, your stargates, and your DNA. And the reason is you're using your frequency is it's because it's a key to your DNA, your system. So I can't activate your DNA through this process or your stargates. You've got to say it. So Pete will say something and you would repeat after him internally or out loud. So if you need to find a private place to hide and speak woo-woo in this meditation, probably now's the time to go and find that space in the bedroom or whatnot. You're going to be laying down and activating your DNA and stargates. And so what you can see is it's like a gate. And sometimes I see people's gates open, like a door flinging open, or a lid flipping open. And that's the stargate opening. And then we see sometimes some distortion. You might have some gray energy coming out, blasting it open because it's been locked in there for so long. Maybe there's a layer coming out. And then we're going to start to see some DNA, and it's like spaghetti kind of opening and stretching out, not huddled in like a coiled serpent anymore, right? We're freeing our DNA. And through this knowledge and wisdom, you're seeing the spectrum of an awakening journey. The DNA basically being the stretch of the multidimensional self where we're trying to get to. So it's like, we're taking the blinkers off the horse and all of a sudden we can see the side. And this is you having this awareness that our DNA is available to us to activate. And so if you don't see anything or feel anything, your intention there is pure. You're saying to your higher self, hey, I want to learn about this. I want to know about this. You're stretching your vibration, your consciousness to another level, which is going to help you. Okay, so don't worry if you're not seeing anything. So Pete's going to take you to the ship to do this work today. And you're going to use the plasma beds to amplify everything, okay? And use the energy of the quantum field. When we go to the ship, it's like getting out of the city, out of the pollution, and going to the country and smelling the air. That's essentially what this work is. There's no negative energies, trickster energies circling like sharks trying to put us off the rail or anything like that. So this is why we go to this frequency for cleanness. And you're going to experience the ship, but in November we do have a course coming up. So if you do want a step-by-step how to access the ship and use MedBed technology, this is available in November. We're doing a 4-week course. We meet twice a week, and you got to learn how to do this work. Everyone's got the same set of organs, so everyone can do this. It's just a matter of belief and raising your vibration. And it can be very rewarding if you wanted to do this for yourself and then to be of service to other people. So if you're interested in that, let us know. Just email us. It's live on the website as well. But today you get to have a little receiving moment of going to the ship. We don't always go to the ship in these sessions, but today we decided that it would be a nice gift from us to you guys to receive this frequency. And you might feel your star family next to you in the bed. They can often come and visit us, the Palladians or Tyrians or Andromedans. And it's a focused on Stargate and DNA, but there's also a beautiful energy activation for you all. And then, of course, we're going to, once that's completed, we're going to see if we can connect to 3i Atlas from that level in the ship once we're all clear. And look, no one's right or wrong with the 3i Atlas. Some people think it's a fear-mongering technique from the government. Some people feel that's very good energy. It's ancient energy activating codes in this system. Maybe we're not going to see little men getting out of it. I don't know. Maybe we will. Who knows? Let's just keep it open and always just use your discernment. Don't always take what someone else is saying, okay? The illusions are thick and our ego is at play. So sometimes our ego will want us to believe something because we're attached to someone saving us or a resolution for humanity. I don't know. Our ego's swift. We love our egos, but we've also got to use our discernment as we're learning and growing into higher vibration. So always, leave an open plate for information to come. And when you're like that, you can receive more. We're not blocking ourselves from maybe a shiny object that's trying to come to us in our life. If we have an open mind in every area of our life, in our mind, and feel what resonates, we will be in alignment and we'll be in harmony for the right path forward and the rewards that are trying to find you in your vortex. So always keep an open mind about everything.
Okay, so just dropping in. So close your eyes. Direct your attention to your eyelids. Relax those tiny eye muscles and let them go. And then feel the relaxation moving like a wave slowly downward throughout your body. Relax. Let your body go. Relax. As you relax now, really feeling into and focusing on your heart, feeling into the beautiful heart of yours. Setting the intention to be guided by your heart, be guided by truth in conjunction with your higher self and your higher mind as you move through this exercise today. Focusing now on the higher self of Pete, present today in the inner temple, and inviting in every person present today on this call. Inviting in the higher self of all those present, those watching or listening to the recording, inviting them into this inner sacred place, this place of coming together, the fellow light workers, the enlightened souls, many of us, galactic family, meeting back together. We've found one another on this earth plane in the third dimension, and together remembering, growing and expanding as souls. So really feeling into the energy, first of all, just the beauty of being together with like-minded souls, projecting yourselves into this quiet, sacred, heart-based inner temple. As you invite in your spirit guides to be present with you today in the exercise, and we specifically call in our high vibrational galactic team, Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the Sirians, the Andromedans, the Lyrans. In fact, any members of the Galactic Federation that feel they would like to come through today and tune in and connect and help us through this exercise today, they are welcome to come through and to support and guide us through the journey, should it be for our greatest and highest good. As together now we just breathe into the energy of the brightness of the light, as each of your fellow brothers and sisters light up with the support of the spirit guides around them present right now, just feeling into that energy. As each and every one of you now join with me as we set the intention to raise our vibration, we set the intention to project our light bodies up to the high vibrational ship into the vibration room together as one, together now to the count of 1, 2, 3. As together we experience this quantum leap and acceleration, and you feel you, yourself, your light body racing up to this high vibrational state, moving into the vibration room of the ship as I guide you all, each and every one of you present on this call, into this large room, like a basketball stadium, glass on the left, looking out on deep space, the ceiling very high as the glass arches over above us, over towards the right-hand side, lined up along the wall are the med beds with the foot of the bed facing the glass. They are stretching off into the distance. Feel into the energy, the support of your own galactic team. Perhaps you're aware of their makeup, their galactic mix. You may just tune into the energy of what they are, their support, their unconditional love. Perhaps you're feeling into already the guidance, the compassion coming from them. In your mind's eye, I'd like you to choose a med bed. Choose a med bed that is tuned to your own frequency and vibration, one that almost calls you. Perhaps you're being guided by your galactic team over towards the med bed itself. As you tune into the med bed now, moving up beside it, I invite you to lie down in the med bed, and with the aid of your galactic team and assistance, feel yourself dropping and relaxing into the frequency of the med bed now. Really feeling the med bed become tuned in with you, your soul essence, your vibrational pattern, the soul song that is unique to you, being read and tuned into by the med bed itself. Breathing it through as you feel yourself becoming aware and certainly feeling into the fact that the med bed is reading you physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Tuning into any of the distortions, the threads, the patterns or the blocks, part of your soul contract. We smile at them as we realize they are part of the lessons our soul has come in to learn, almost feeling love and gratitude for them. It's how our soul expands. However, together, each and every one of us now setting the intention to use this higher awareness, this spiritual intelligence that the medbed gives us, to be able to tune into the smallest part of us, the cells within our body itself. Feeling yourself now really moving into and becoming aware of the medbed, focusing in on each of the cells within your physical vessel. As you feel the medbed focusing in on these cells in every part of your body, we're moving within the cells themselves and focusing on the DNA, using your voice print, using the key to unlock each of these. You're going to repeat after me, and you're going to command in your own voice as we move through each of the 7 stargates one by one. So starting together now, we're going to be focusing in on the most solid part of us, the root chakra, representing the color red, vibrating the slowest of the colors on the spectrum, reflecting the density of our physical body. We'll be tuning into, and you will repeat after me together now, Remember inwardly or out in your outward voice if you wish. Repeat after me. I untangle and I activate. The DNA in my first stargate. And now focus your awareness. Feel the energy and the intelligence. Focus now specifically on your root chakra. Remember your root chakra focused in on survival, comfort, security, your outer surroundings. In your mind's eye, as you tune into this stargate being activated, as you focus in, you may experience a spiraling as the stargate opens. Maybe like the opening of a door, the lifting of a lid. Focusing in now and taking whatever comes to you, breathing it through. As you start to untangle the DNA within this root chakra. As the DNA within this root chakra becomes bathed in golden light and sparkles, high frequency, high energy moving into each of the cells, lighting up the DNA. Let a feeling or an impression come to you. Feel into any old energetic blocks, stagnant patterns or old energy or programs that might be stored within the cells in and around your root chakra, and they're influencing your DNA. Excellent. Good. Feel them gently dissolving. Grey mist, dense energy. Perhaps they're chains or cords that are being cleared out of your field. As you're focusing on your DNA, you can notice, almost feel within the cells within this region of your body, the lower base of your spine, in and around the hips, the lower abdomen. You can feel the light and the energy moving in and around that area of the physical body. The DNA becoming crystalline light, the light entering into those cells, lighting them up, activating dormant codes. And of course, your root chakra, the gateway to ground your physical vessel into Mother Earth, and the gifts and the expansion that can come from activating this area within the light that the cells carry in this region, as well as the DNA that's activated now. So breathing this through. Cells are opening, receiving. Remembering their divine original blueprint. Excellent. Breathing that through, anchoring that now into your first stargate, your root chakra. As we move our sense of awareness up now to the second stargate. So you're moving your sense of awareness now up to your sacral chakra, feeling into the vibration of the color orange in and around the physical body in the region of your lower digestive system and bowel, reproductive organs. We focus in on the sacral chakra. As you now, in your own voice, say after me, or command in your own words, I untangle and I activate the DNA in my second stargate. Tuning now into this region of the physical body, feeling the rush of the golden, sparkling, high-frequency energy moving into those cells. The cells soaking up, absorbing the light, becoming stimulated, active. And as the cells activate, tune into the DNA, focusing in on the DNA within your sacral chakra area. Perhaps you're getting past lifetimes, galactic lifetimes. Could be experiences from this lifetime where you're seeing truths, releasing any of the blocks, the patterns, the imperfections held perhaps within this sacral chakra, feeling them leave that area as more and more light and high frequency rushes into the cells in and around your sacral chakra. It's as if the cells are dancing and celebrating as you let that stuff go, all stored in that area, the relationship area. Feeling yourself commanding the release of that which doesn't serve you as the light flows in and your DNA starts to light up. It spirals in its double helix. Those strands are glowing with light. Some of you may be even experiencing the rainbow flecks and the mother of pearl in the hollow crystalline structure of the DNA itself. As your DNA lights up, becomes active. Excellent. Breathing it through now as this beautiful sacral chakra, this second stargate, is harmonized and aligned with your soul's higher frequency. Move your sense of awareness now and focus in on the third stargate, your solar plexus. Repeating after me now, I untangle and I activate the DNA in my third stargate. Breathing into the golden vibration, the color yellow, the base of the rib cage, the solar plexus, your power center, your will, your inner strength, your determination, your ability to follow through, all located in and around the solar plexus. As that third stargate spirals open, tune into perhaps experiences, memories, thoughts or visions from this lifetime, perhaps galactic experiences, past lives or patterns within your family, in and around, control, freedom, flow, hard work and discipline, feeling into truth, as you feel the cells which hold the patterns of this vibration in your third stargate release, feeling it leave. Smoke, grey mist leaving the solar plexus area, patterns, strings or cords being released by your galactic team, being helped, the guidance of your free will, your higher mind, guiding this release. And feel into now your DNA becoming activated. Your DNA is becoming brighter, more vibrant, it's pulsing with life. Excellent. Really feeling into now the light and the particles of high frequency energy stimulating this area and bringing it into balance. The balance of the masculine and feminine aspects of you and how you express yourself out to the world through your solar plexus chakra. One last deep breath, anchoring, feeling this moving into balance. Excellent. Well done. Doing a great job. Now we move to the fourth stargate, the heart chakra. Focusing in on the vibration of the color green in the center of our chest, our heart chakra. As together we repeat and command, I untangle and I activate the DNA in my fourth stargate. And as you say this now, you focus on that spiraling, the opening, lifting of the lid, the opening of the door of your heart chakra, and you feel into your heart space. Be guided through your knowing, your higher awareness, and feel the light and the high frequency moving into the cells of your heart, clearing away any of the blocks, the patterns, the misconceptions that your heart chakra, your fourth stargate has experienced in its many lifetimes. It could be the experiences that you've had in this lifetime towards how love is expressed, conditional versus unconditional, abundant versus restricted demonstrations of love and abundance. Feel all these patterns now being cleared by the light, the frequency, through your will, your divine will, clearing these blocks and patterns. The old stagnant programs are all leaving not just the cells now, but also the DNA. They're being pulled out, these patterns, and transmuted into energy, loved and thanked for their role in helping your soul to grow, but freely released. They're no longer yours. You can let them go. Feel into your DNA lighting up, illuminating and activating codes of loving within your fourth stargate, your heart chakra, your infinite ability to just love and to appreciate and to feel and see the infinite creator everywhere around you. The illusion of being separate from source has been released. Your fourth stargate, your heart chakra now, the DNA is open and spiraling. You'll experience love in many new and exciting ways. So we breathe that through together now. We move our sense of awareness up to and move in and around the throat now, focusing in on the fifth stargate. As we repeat together now, I untangle and I activate the DNA in my fifth stargate. And as your sense of awareness now focuses in on the vibration of your throat chakra, the vibration of your fifth stargate, it spirals open. And as it spirals open, you feel the release, the freedom that comes with you being free to be your authentic self, to express the love, the light, the divinity, the inner child freely out, to light up others around you, and for the joy of expressing who you really are as you feel the cells letting go of any old roles, patterns, perhaps blankets, mist, smoke. You could feel it leaving you as you realize you no longer need to dim your light, no longer need to play out a certain role in order to have acceptance or love. You've come in to express who you really are, and that authenticity is a very high frequency vibration. Feel that vibration moving into those cells as the cells just soak it up. It's like, oh, this is what we've been waiting for. It's the real you, the you that is effortless to demonstrate because you just are what you are. And it is so unique because no one can get that frequency and that experience of the unique you from anyone else. Feel into the excitement and the freedom that comes in with this, and really tune into how your DNA listens. Your DNA now is illuminating, activating as this fifth stargate is released of its patterns, any old heaviness, clearing itself away. You're moving into this divine pattern, the waves of rainbow crystalline light moving through the DNA. There'll be a new enthusiasm and spark and love in your voice, in your expression through the opening of this beautiful fifth stargate, the vibration of blue glowing. Breathing that through, thanking your body, thanking Source, really appreciating this particular upgrade. Breathing it through now as we move our sense of awareness now and focus in on the sixth stargate. Focusing in now on the third eye, the brain and mind, the birthplace of the nervous system, which branches out around our physical vessel. We're focusing in on this sixth stargate as together we command, I untangle and I activate the DNA in my sixth stargate. And as you focus in and around your forehead, the temples, the brain and mind, and you experience the vibration of the color purple spiraling open, opening like a doorway. You feel the vibration of this balanced golden high frequency energy moving into the cells in and around your brain, releasing some of the deep patterns, programming, and unconscious habits, all linked in and around the sixth stargate, perhaps established in past lives, galactic, or on this planet. Perhaps they are patterns of behavior or tied in with false beliefs that this activation, this untangling is going to give you awareness of, that you've observed in this lifetime. Feeling into that and breathing it through as the cells within your brain cause your brain to come into balance, neurons to fire together. The thinking, analyzing, processing aspect of your brain relaxes to accept and embrace and explore your intuitive, your creative, your flexible, softer side of yourself. As you breathe this light through, the DNA in and around your brain lights up, embraces and turns on your gifts and abilities. You may experience tingling sensations at the base of the skull, up into the brain stem, warmth and tingling sensations in and around the third eye, perhaps even the spontaneous expressions of the color purple in and around the activation of the sixth stargate. Your third eye, the brain and mind, moving into balance, the DNA untangled, activated, and turning on your intuitive gifts and abilities and inner senses. We breathe that through. And finally, together, we focus on the seventh stargate. I untangle and I activate the DNA in my seventh stargate. And as you breathe that through, feel into your crown chakra spiraling open, the door opening. As you release, you untangle perhaps any karmic blocks or limitations that may have cut you off from feeling the presence of source, of the divine, of even perhaps your higher self, your higher mind. Release any of those blocks, limitations, perhaps entanglements that may be present in and around the crown chakra. Letting a sense of perhaps what they're linked to, how they serve the soul to grow, all rushing in as the cells in and around the crown, the violet flame of your crown chakra light up. Spiraling crystalline DNA, the double helix, all moving and activated now in and around your crown chakra, is connecting you to higher vibrational timelines, higher vibrational aspects of you, of yourself. Most importantly, this activation of your DNA in your crown is allowing you to be able to receive help and guidance when you ask from it. You might ask from your guides, your higher self, from source itself. Let a smile come across your face now as you feel yourself as an open being of light, as a vessel. But divine love can flow through your crown chakra now, moving through your activated DNA, moving its way down each of your open stargates, all the way down to your root chakra and anchoring you into planet Earth. You, this activated, divine, crystalline vessel, breathing it through. And as you breathe this connection through, you can use this new awareness to project your mind and your awareness anywhere that it needs to go. So project your mind and your awareness with curiosity and openness to this object, this visitor within our solar system. The third interplanetary object to ever enter our solar system that we've been able to measure, 3I Atlas, present within our solar system. Using these activated DNA in each of your different stargates, love you to tune into and explore for yourself. Become open to any guidance, messages. Just tune in with a sense of wonder as you focus in on this energy. Wonderful galactic visitor, remembering the analogy of the pebble cast into the pond. Our solar system is the pond. This is the pebble. May give us the opportunity to be able to experience the pond in different ways, experience the energy of the planets, the galaxy, or even ourselves. Pause for a moment as you just breathe into anything which may come. Feeling ourselves return back, turning back to this present moment, remembering the words. Always have a mind which is open to everything, attached to nothing, just exploring, seeing things from different perspectives. As we thank our guides, our higher self, you thank your galactic team for working with you, bringing in frequency and guidance that was for our highest light and life. And then setting your intention to feel yourself moving back from the ship and back toward your physical body. So setting the intention to project your light body and your energy body back into your physical mind, body, spirit complex all together now to the count of 1, 2, 3. You're back in your physical vessel. You, yourself, your consciousness, back here anchored into Mother Earth. And now in your own time, just bring yourself back to the screen and back to the group with this new activated awareness within you.